What's good, everyone? This is episode 43 of Short Kings Talk. We are your hosts with the most, Sid and Kelvin. How you feeling today?
I need a cut.
Huh?
I need a haircut.
Oh, you need a haircut?
I need a haircut.
When's the last time you got a cut?
Fuck. 4 weeks ago.
Oh.
A little less than 4 weeks,
while.
actually, yeah. You said you liked the in-between periods, right?
I do, but I had to, because I don't know, I just like that look.
It's hot.
Yeah, I get the fresh fade look,
Yeah.
but sometimes I like it when it's still a nice fade.
Oh.
But
Does your hair grow out pretty quickly?
yeah, my hair grows out hella
same,
fast.
Man, same.
So that's how it is. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as follow us on all social media platforms at Short Kings Talk Everything. Links are in the description below. And then follow us on our personal page. You can look at what's supposed to be his fresh fade at Dr. Sixpack. And then you can look at my still pretty good hair at Sid the Chad. You know, I might go bleach.
People actually listen to that.
What?
That prompt. Because I got a couple of followers from just randomly.
From
I don't know.
what prompt?
Like to follow us on their personals or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't post anything.
I haven't got any. Actually, I got a random this morning, but no.
Yeah.
I don't really get.
I think I post like once every 2 months.
Yeah, I post more, man. It's your goal. We can go back and then
the New Year resolution. Already failing it.
It's already
it's already almost
April.
Halfway through the fucking year.
I know, dude.
Damn, that's crazy.
Time is fleeting. Freaking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm panicking. Let's I'm gonna do a moment of silence real quick because the day that we're recording this, I had to pay my taxes yesterday.
Oh, R.I.P.
That hurt. That hurt a little bit. It hurt a little bit. I like every time I do my taxes before I put my write-offs, I see what I like have to owe, and then I always have like a mini heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh shit. I'm just like, what? And the moment I started putting in like write-offs, I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, just imagine if you can't write anything off.
Dude, I feel bad.
Dude, for real, dude.
That's basically a lot of 1099s. My cousin's like that. Yeah.
But they also don't have overhead and you know, stuff like that.
But still,
we have to say that.
We do have to say that. Anyways, how are you feeling though? Aside from needing your haircut,
it's kind of ironic because I'm losing hair too. So if I'm cutting it,
are you stressing or something?
Dude, tax season, man, that shit got me.
It's done.
Dude, it is stressful.
It's done.
It is stressful.
Did you cry yourself to sleep?
Huh?
Did you cry yourself?
No, but I got yelled at by my accountant like multiple times.
Oh, see, I do that terrible tax.
Yeah. So you got AI.
So
are they AI now? Or are they still like?
It is AI if you do the max. But I've been so used to like because I've only used TurboTax.
Yeah.
That all my previous files are already there.
Yours is pretty simple, right?
It's hella simple.
Like sole proprietor.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right. So episode 43. What would you like to talk about? We ain't talking about taxes. This is just like side note. Yeah. Let's just put it on the table that you know we're not here to give this. We
can't legally give financial advice.
We're just.
Nor do you want to listen to us because what was the title of our last episode? This is why we're broke.
No. Like, dude, tomorrow like is dropping Asian stereotypes, man. Keep up with the program.
No, last one. I mean, the last one.
Yeah, but then when this comes out, the stereotype.
Dude, how am I supposed to travel in the future?
That's what we're doing right now.
I think of the present, man.
Do you though?
Yeah, I try to.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I try to now.
Oh.
Stay in the. No, I don't.
I'm always in the present. That's how I am. I've come to terms with a lot of things, like paying my taxes.
Okay, we're gonna talk about boundaries.
Oh, okay.
Because I know you have this saying like for you it's like you're 80 and you're 20, right? Is that like more of your boundary?
It like personal. Kind of, okay, so like I think when I talk about
tell them about that. Yeah.
When I talk about like me being transparent. Yeah. Right? Because I'm so cool with being open. Like if someone asks me like, oh, how are you feeling, or what are your thoughts on this? I don't care. Right? I'll give my 2 cents. Whether it's right or wrong. It's just what I think about it. But obviously, there is a 20% that I just hold back.
Yeah.
It could be anything. Whatever like. Personal secrets, insecurities, just stuff that I need to share. And obviously, as much as I want to be transparent or about anything, there's things that it's not my place to say. Right. It's like for example, if I know a secret before that secret has been unraveled, like it's not my place to just be like, hey, guess what? Like so and so.
We know someone who does that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not cool, man. Don't do that.
Well, no. He was almost tested.
Yeah,
Almost tested.
Almost.
Yeah. What about you? What would you say is your percentage in terms of like your personal boundaries?
What do you mean percentage?
Yeah, because for me, I say 80-20.
Yeah.
But for you, what would yours
like
be?
Keeping 20 like to yourself?
Yeah.
And 80?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I'm probably like 95-5.
Oh, really?
I am a very need to know person.
No, but like you say like you're super, super open, like whatever.
Oh, the other way around.
Oh, so you're like 5% is out.
Yeah.
And then 95.
Yeah, no, I'm a very need to know basis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even when I do any dealings, work or whatsoever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like if you don't need to know that info, you don't get it.
Okay.
Because it's irrelevant, I think.
Right.
But people like the context of things sometimes.
Okay, but then what if between like friends and family, you know, like,
still like that.
It's not like talking about feelings or anything.
No, like even information, right? Yeah, it's
Really?
like very strictly need to know. 'Cause
Really?
that's how I want things to. I don't want people like my mom does this, man. She leaves me like 3-minute voice memos sometimes.
That's wild.
She just keeps yapping. And I'm just like, yo, what is the need to know information?
I know.
I need
Just
and
give
the
me the
worst part
thesis.
is you can't skip. You know, you can't like slide.
Yeah,
over
give me the
your
thesis statement.
fucking, like,
Start
man.
with that.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes, and then like it is multiples. I'm just like, oh Lord, yeah.
Do you actually listen to the whole thing though?
I have to declare it. My OCD. But she just like
Yeah.
loses her train of thought.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you feel like you don't express as much,
divulge as much information,
right?
Unless it's absolutely necessary. You know?
Yeah, whether it's like in conversation or context for
Yeah.
whatever the topic is.
Yeah. Do you do that through emails too? I just saw like a meme today about that where the girl was like, if she was typing something, she'd be like, "Oh, hi Bob, please do this. Like, send the documents over. Like, we need it by whatever." And then like a whole ass like monologue, and then it says like, "Oh, best regards, whatever." And then she was like, "Oh,
What's the monologue for?
just like formalities during emails. Like you're like, hey, like how was your day? I hope you've been going well. We need the documents or whatever, right? Like work professionalism.
Okay.
And then she was like, oh, if I was a man who made 30 times my salary, and then she deleted all that. So like, send me the documents now. That was like the thing. That's like how my emails are. Like I don't do
You're
a
just
lot
very
of
direct. Because
yeah, it's
email
like, send me
different.
your shit. I was like, if you need, hey, send me your whatever. That's
Yeah,
it.
if it's just emails, it's way different.
Yeah.
Because you get to be absolutely direct
Yeah.
and professional.
But
At
like
the
for
same-
like leads and stuff though, that's different. Right? You
you
go,
go.
like,
There's an
a little
emoji
bit-
there.
Yeah.
There's an emoji there. You have
Yeah.
to be likable.
Yeah.
Right.
But like if I know the person and I need something, it's just like send me my
exactly.
forms. Yeah.
It's only
Send me
when
your pictures.
like we're face to face, we're in person,
Yeah.
that I can imbue more of like my personality. Because my thing is that if I'm sarcastic, I can't do that through emails or through text, because they're not gonna get it. Right. If I just jokingly say no or something, or I say a joke, then like obviously it won't translate through email, and you have to conduct yourself a little better. But once they're in person, oh man, like I let the jokes fly. Like once they understand who I am, I'm like, all right, let's go. I actually said a pretty dark one to my morning client today. It's like it's kind of messed up, like, but basically, his wedding in June is in Maui, and he isn't telling any of his guests like where they're staying, like the hotel, because they want it to be a surprise. Where it's like once they get to the hotel, it's like a crazy view of the beach and everything. So they don't want like any of the guests to look up the hotel or anything. So I'm like, oh, okay, I respect that. And I guess he's really into event planning, and he likes escape rooms too. Like he told me he's done 90. I'm like, dude,
God damn.
Yeah, he loves that shit, right? So I just made this joke, like, dude, it'd be hella funny if you made your wedding a murder mystery. Like the lights turn off and the next thing, like
that would be kind of sick,
right? And then my joke was like, oh, and the first prize is under the ashes of Lahaina. I'm like, oh, Hey, he laughed. Okay, so I know that's a dark joke, but that I can't say that. To a stranger. There's like ways to conduct yourself. Right. So aside from being professional, what are your boundaries? Obviously, everyone has different circles of friends. Right. Do you have a fine line whether it's like inner circle gets like this much information, and then secondary circle, like, all right, like,
not really.
Again, like you're
very need to know basis. If you need to be in an event, you are invited, right? You get the information, obviously, right?
Right.
Like, and then if you're not really a part of the event, you're gonna hear shit from me.
Okay.
Right. So it's not like my close friends get more info. It's still very situationally dependent.
Yeah, obviously, like, you know, if you have friends out of town, it's very rare.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't. As far as like, I guess confiding in people, unless they need to know. Because like, dude, I've had so many people just yap
about
just like, you know, like untrustworthy people, I guess.
Okay.
Right, where you would tell them something and then it's not confidential anymore. Right. So nowadays I just keep it like very
tight knit.
Well, the thing is that no one gets a full story either. They get like pieces of that that's relevant to them, and I kind of play with that a little bit because I want to see what gets leaked.
Oh, okay.
Right. So if there's a certain part of the,
what if there's one friend who makes it a quest to find the Exodia pieces of all your story?
there is one.
And then they go to you like, hey, like, I know this is this. Hey, but you said this and that.
Yeah. But it's like,
and man, you're like, oh man, all right, you got me.
Yeah. It's always like people just yap, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
so is that your issue? Is that your issue of like? I
just don't trust people with the whole.
I guess, like, what is it that you're divulging that you're trying to, like, just kind of keep with? Yeah.
I just feel like it's not relevant to their.
Yeah. Like, let's say you tell someone something, right? And do you blatantly say, hey, like, keep this on the hush hush, or do you automatically?
Sometimes
should just trust the person to be like.
I should just trust them to just shut the fuck up based on the.
You
context,
don't know
right?
though. You don't know though. Yeah. Right?
I was like, oh, whatever. It's like, hey, by the way, these our two friends don't hang out anymore.
Okay.
Right, and stuff like that. So like that's pretty obvious. Like you shouldn't go like, hey, like what's going on, you know? But we have a mutual friend that does that.
Okay.
You know, where we're like, hey, yo, like, hey, there's like some friction between these two people, right?
Do you get offended if a non-related third party knows this information?
Oh yeah, dude.
You do get offended?
Yeah, like, cause it's like, why
let's say for example, you tell me something, and then I tell my homie back in Stockton.
Oh, you mean no? If I don't know them, I don't give a fuck. That's what I mean. No, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But if I tell you something and then you tell like a mutual acquaintance of ours,
yeah,
right, and then that's kind of fucked up. Yeah.
What? Let's say it's like a little closer. What if I tell my roommate stuff, but you don't know my roommate?
I don't give a fuck about your roommate.
Okay, there. For anyone that tells me stuff, I tell basically. Or my turtles. Yeah. I just sit in the tank like, hey guys, this is my date today. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, this information, like I mean, like I don't gossip at all. Really.
Right.
So like a lot of the stuff.
Me either, but I love to hear it.
But so a lot of the stuff I tell people is just instructional stuff, like because I do a lot of coordinating stuff between friends and stuff, and then I've learned over the years that the more input you give people, the more of a clusterfuck events become. So now it's strictly like I give them where you need to be here at what time and bring what.
Oh, I get it.
But if I ask for input, like no, because people are always, oh, we should do this and that.
You gotta make it more systemic, where if you have an idea for say like this dinner or if you say like, hey, can we meet here or hotel here, like you gotta limit the options.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
A or B. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't ask them like, what should we eat? Like, that's gonna go nowhere.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah. That's why I always ask like, what are you not craving?
Yeah.
Because it's better to deduce and then be like, all right,
we'll get this.
Yeah. So I guess the only option is McDonald's.
It's like pizza. Fuck.
Hey, man. Hey, it ain't lit no more. I can eat.
Which chain's coming to Pasadena again?
Mountain Mike's. Dude, for all my NorCal heads, dude, Mountain Mike's is coming to Pasadena. It's the shit.
I'll try it out when it's here.
You should. Every week. Because my client's friend is the one opening it. He better give me. Yeah, that's how I know. Right. Yeah, I'm invited to a soft opening.
Oh.
Yeah, so I better get some like gold member card or something. It's like you're about to have like your number one loyal customer. I also learned that he bought the rights to Mountain Mike's in all of San Gabriel Valley.
Oh shit!
So he's the only one that can.
It's allowed to franchise it.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
In San Gabriel Valley.
Holy crap!
I'm like, that's a big area.
That is a big area.
Yeah.
All the
apparently he's a complete finance bro. I'm like, dang. This guy. It's like, what if I want a Mountain Mike's? What if I want a franchise? No, I don't want that responsibility because I'll get high off my own supply.
Yeah. Restaurants don't have very high margins either.
Yeah. So when it comes to boundaries, right? what's your discrepancy in terms of, I guess, I wouldn't say like secret information, but what's your discrepancy on like people finding out or people mingling about stuff that you wouldn't want other people to know?
That's why I limited the amount. Like,
right.
there's no whole story, right? Everyone gets the very.
But again, there's someone that can find the
It hasn't happened to me yet. It hasn't. Thankfully, it hasn't happened to me yet.
I'll be that guy.
Yeah. So
I'll be the Nardwar of your life. It's like, can you tell me about me?
Yeah. Well, let's go into this instead. What do you think is unacceptable behavior in terms of like just having boundaries? What is your line in terms of like having friends? Like, obviously, how do you feel about friends lying to you? Is that a hard?
Depends what the lie is. Mm-hmm. If it's a white lie, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah. But then I'm not sure what lie has a friend told me, like, dang, you know?
Yeah.
Like, for example, like if I'm not invited to something, I could live on.
Yeah.
It's not gonna affect me. Or if for some reason they like forget about me for something, then
yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of lie
would you be a little hurt?
No.
You just, how would you feel? Like, whatever.
Like if it's like a event thing, I could move on. Like it doesn't really hurt. I don't know. My client actually told me something. She found out that her college roommate like got married, but she didn't get invited to that.
Damn.
So she felt some type of way.
Yeah, for girls especially. That's
that's such a huge.
For you, it's a huge relief, right? You're like, oh thank God, not another wedding. Yeah, like let's go.
Well, I just went through one. It was cool. So, like, it's not 8. Right? I don't know. What about you? Like, if a friend really deceived you about something, like, how would you feel? Do you actually console the person, like, hey, we need to hash things out, or do you just cut it off?
Nah, I just see if it happens again.
Oh, you see if it's
because like fucking people lie to you all the fucking time, right?
Right.
Or out of convenience or whatever, right? As long as there's a justifiable reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's like a one-time thing where you just really is none of your fucking business, right? So they tell you something else that doesn't really matter, right? But if it's like a repeated occurrence where they lie, I have a friend that does that where she would lie about, I guess it's harmless white lies, but to embellish the story a little bit more.
Oh,
to make it more interesting.
Yeah,
and that shit is annoying as fuck. Like it's because you never know what really is truth.
What's really happening?
But it's very like minor stuff. Like I think a lot of people do this too, where they wish they said something to a person, and
they project their like fantasy intentions.
Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, I told this person off, and I'm like, no, you didn't. That was in your head, but like we all play along with it. Oh, like whatever. Yeah, you sure show them fucking imaginary friend, right? But
okay.
But like like enough of those build up, and it becomes kind of annoying because you're just like, what is real?
Is it to the point that it's already expected?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
because that's a pattern, right? And now you're a liar in the friend group.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're not trustworthy.
Do you see the same way with friends that are flaky?
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Flaky is pretty bad, dude. That's pretty much lying that you're gonna be there, right? And then you're like, nah.
Think of it this way. Like I think one of my friends made a point about this. It's that person is making the effort to be included to show you that they're still interested in maintaining the friendship, but there's circumstances that they're not able to make it to that event. For example, like working late, or we live in LA, so traffic is a big thing.
Right.
So it's like, what if it's circumstances like that? Would you?
But if it's like if you flake once or twice because you got a late shift, right? Your boss is like, no, I need you here. That's fine, right? But like the motherfucker who's constantly like bailing event after event after event, then it really shows like you don't really like, you're just there to people please, right? And then you don't really follow. It just shows that you're not dependable as a person.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's worse than lying, because like you as a person, that you're even in friendship or in business, right? Your reliability is like one of the main traits people look for, right?
Exactly.
Because you want to be able to depend on your friend when you need to, right? But if the guy can't even show up to, just regular
things.
little stuff, right?
Right.
You can't really depend on them for anything else, right?
Okay.
So that's the other side of it. I do understand that people don't want to be the person who always says no to everything, but
yeah.
I think it's worse if you say yes and you consistently no-show to the point people where you're just like the flaker in the group.
Do you get in your feels if you don't see this person show up to like a certain event, or they always say no to stuff? Do you get in your feels like, hey,
no,
like,
I don't really care. I just saw him three strikes, right? If you decline me 3 times, I'm not salty about it. I just understand that you're not interested in this kind of stuff,
right,
and you won't get invited to this type of thing anymore.
Right. Okay.
Right? Like for example, like if someone doesn't like to rave, right, like you, and then I'm obviously I'm not gonna ask you because I know you'll hate that shit. But if I asked you 3 times and your 3 times you said no, I don't like this shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask you ever again.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't asked me 3 times, so maybe I'm waiting for that 3rd time to say yes. I'm
on
waiting.
The last one.
Like, so you want to go rate? I'll be like, all right.
Is this the 3rd one? This is the 2nd.
So I've been keeping track. Yeah. It's like first one was January. This. Yeah. Okay, this is a nice segue though, because you said the whole 3 strikes, and then you understand that circumstances had changed, and then, you know, it's not like you're not inviting this person because your friendship has lessened. No, it's just more of like either they have a disinterest or schedules are just conflicting. Yeah, there's stuff like that, which is very interesting because for us, you know, as we're growing up and then we're in our 30s, we kind of understand that, you know, friendships kind of distance, right, over time. Yeah. You know, the more you make friends and then the more you like move to different places and, you know, just like life situations, like you're not as close, you know, quote unquote close with that person. Yeah. What's your opinion on that? Because for me, you know, I moved from NorCal to SoCal, so I have NorCal friends that I seldom get to see. But at the same time, I have different pockets of SoCal friends that I also seldom get to see. Yeah. But for me, like, you know, I always value whenever I see that person, even if it's just once or twice a year. Yeah. It's like, are you more of a, what was it, like a whenever we meet up, we get to meet up, or it's we need to try to hang out a little bit more often in that sense?
I think it depends on how much I value the person. Okay. Right. So for me, I think I said this multiple times. For me, at least, friendship is more of a flux, right? There's like I understand that, you know, for certain people that I meet, like coworkers, right, in the past, we spent every freaking moment together, right?
Right, because you guys work together.
Yeah, and then the proximity kind of increased our friendship level quite a bit, right? And then once I start working with them, you know, obviously that drops, right? Okay. So I feel like for friends, right, you have to constantly be feeding into the relationship. It's not like once you're a friend, you're a friend, right? Yeah. Because that interest level starts dying down without you either of you guys either talking or like hanging out or whatever, right? So for me, it's like if I value the person, then the hangouts are gonna be like, oh, like even though we meet once a year, it's fine. Yeah. Because we're keeping tabs, like. You know, we might not be talking, but I know, like, you know, oh, my man's grinding, you know, like, he's doing his own shit, you know. I see him on Instagram. He's posting about his wins in life, right? And then I'm like, I like it. So, therefore, you know, I'm kind of there, right? Yeah. Versus people where I'm just like, well, I used to know him. I guess I should try to maintain the relationship. Yeah. Those ones are more of a chore. Okay. Right? Because, like, those are usually birthdays. Like, if I only hang out with you during your birthday, like we're probably not that close. Okay. It's more of a formality at this point. Okay. And then it's just like old friends I don't really.
So how do you differentiate that? Like, what's the difference between a distant friend that you still value like every now and then versus one that you're okay with that just friendship kind of fading away?
Yeah. So just character traits as a person. Like, just, you know, there's certain things I look for in a friend, right? Okay. Where dependability is one of them, right? Right. Like trustworthiness and then just being a really not a piece of shit is one of, like, you know, just the qualities you want in a friend and you want as people that are going to be in your life for the long term.
Does history matter for you?
What do you mean history?
Like if y'all got history together, you know, in terms of
it helps.
Hanging out, school,
work, for sure that helps. But if you stop displaying those character traits through your actions, right?
Yeah.
Then no matter who you were, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, right? It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Like,
if
what?
you're like
what-
a solid ass dude when I knew you in school,
Yeah.
and then now you're like a little fucking weasel, right? I'm not gonna like reminisce back to, oh, you know what? At least he used to be cool, right? It's
but
more like,
would you let that person know?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Like, oh, you're being a rat piece of shit.
yeah, you're being a little weenie.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
'cause
it's just courtesy. You know, sometimes people get lost in the sauce and
Right.
then life gets stressful in your
Yeah.
mid-30s. And then I read a thing where people are like, not people, there's a study that says like by the time you're 38, you will have made pretty much all the friends you will have made in your life. Because then at that point,
Do you think that?
people start families and then they start
Oh.
cutting off friends to
Yeah.
prioritize their kids and their
Right.
nuclear family, right?
Mhm.
I kind of see that because with some friends that started families, they are just all in on that, right? Which
Oh,
is cool,
yeah.
yeah. Which is
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
man. You know,
Which
they're-
is also another understandable thing. Like, you know, once you have friends that start families, you're gonna understand that.
they're gonna drop out.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're not gonna hang out with them as
Yeah,
much.
we
You're
ain't
not
gonna go to
be
the clubs. We got
the
kids
same
and shit.
person. But hey, sometimes, you know,
That's-
like the grandparents or sitters gonna like take care of the kids, and then like, you know, the parents could come out, like, which is cool.
Yeah.
Which I think is fun.
And it's more. That's even. I think that's why a lot of people like Coachella because they could bring the kids to Coachella.
That's wild. I think
Yeah.
that's crazy to bring kids to a festival.
Yeah.
I think that's super
But
wild.
Coachella is more. I guess more family oriented. Right?
But it's
'Cause they're-
dusty.
It is dusty.
But but at the same time, you're still exposing your child to, you know, a lot of times in these festivals, a lot of people like to dress more openly, you know, more exposing.
Yeah.
And then obviously a good portion of people there are on drugs.
Yeah.
You know, whether like the child knows it or not,
Yeah.
I still think it's like a weird thing.
Why?
You know,
Start them young.
no, listen to Dare. Listen to Dare. What does Dare have? A drug and something
I don't know.
something education. Hey man, I listened to Dare. I thought it was cool. Anyways,
Yeah.
I just think it's weird.
For Coachella? Yeah, it's a
No,
little
just
bit-
bringing a child to a
festival,
festival. I think
I've seen babies
I
there.
get that
Yeah.
you want to, like, you know, bring your child to a live show.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I think exposing to other things, I think it depends.
Yeah.
You know, like if you could teach your child, like, hey, you know, there's these things happening. It's like, don't look that way. You know, I don't know. Like some things are more tame.
Right.
Right.
And, you know, for child friendly, kid friendly.
Yeah. But I think, you know, let's say, for example, well, what if you're like 10 years old and you're at Coachella
Yeah.
and then you see like someone just get like drugged out and they have to be pulled out by a stretcher?
Oh,
I'll be like, oh,
that looks
because
fun.
me as an
Yeah.
as an adult, it's like, oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I get
What is
it.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you get hurt when like you're not able to hang out with that friend as much? Again, like, yeah, I know it's like circumstantial in terms of
Yeah.
like how the
Like,
person
this
is.
this
and
is huge too. Like I even have friends in Santa Monica that I don't want to make the drive out to.
Yeah.
It's far, man. It's like, you know, hour for me at least. It's an hour ish.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, and it's just like I get one day of the week off.
Yeah.
and it's just like, damn, do I really want to?
Yeah.
You know.
Because that's how me and my NorCal friends who moved here to SoCal are. Because it's like me here in Pasadena, one's in the OC, two's in San Diego.
Yeah.
We usually
Oh,
try
yeah.
to pick one center point
Yeah.
to like hang out. Usually it's like OC, or sometimes we'll go all the way to San Diego, which is fine because technically the drive isn't that bad.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just more just communicating. But again, I don't see them as often, but when we hang out, it's all good.
Yeah.
Right? So what about the friends that do like fade out, right?
Yeah.
Where is it more of a something happened, or is it like, oh, I understand that
We just both stop feeding into the relationship,
right?
which is fine.
Okay.
Because what I don't like is when
And then do you accept that it's faded out?
yeah,
And then you're
yeah.
just like,
Oh, that's
all
cool.
right.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then what I don't like is when friendships are only maintained by like the good old days. You know, you get together and all you can talk about is, oh man, remember in high school when we got in that one fight?
I think it depends. Because again, I see
It's cool for like, but if it's the only thing you guys can connect on, because I have coworkers like that where we meet up. I haven't been their coworkers for like 5+ years now, right?
Yeah.
And they just talk about the same old fucking Christmas
Right.
party story over.
Yeah.
So like we never really evolved
Right.
beyond that, you know, 2019 whatever version.
Okay.
Right? So it's just like well, like we're different people now. So like if the only thing we could bond over is something that happened 6 years ago, probably not gonna be the best of friends.
Okay, how about this? Obviously, I know people like this, and then I'm pretty sure in your friend group you know people like this where someone doesn't like this person, so they can't be like around that person, or these people can't be together because they used to be together in a relationship, or X, Y, and Z, like, oh, something in the past happened. So, like, basically, there's
some history. Some bad blood.
There are some friends that, like, just can't be around each other.
Like divorced parents at the table, right?
Like, I guess. How do you navigate that?
You just do it anyways, right? Because you can't be looking at, well, when people come to your events, let's say you're hosting, right?
Okay.
So they should be able to overlook their beef to be around you, right?
That's hella funny that you say that, because like I think whenever I get married, that's that point. Yeah. Because like there are certain people in like my SoCal friends that that feel kind of a little off being around each other, and then same with NorCal friends. But I'm the center point. Right. So like I'll be more like
like, you know, they might not be sitting across from each other, but
we'll see about that season chart.
But they should be good enough of a friend to you to overlook it for that one night or whatever. Right. If they can't do that, then maybe they're not that great of friends.
Do you do what I do sometimes? I don't know if I'm just being a menace, but like I'll totally joke around about the other person to the other person and vice versa.
No.
Really?
I try not to stir the pot too much.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I hella do that.
Yeah.
Like, if these two aren't like friends anymore, then if I'm hanging out with that one person, I'll be like, oh, like something about their history.
What the fuck? Why would you do that? People fall out in friend circles all the time.
To friends that listen to this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't tell the other person, you know? I just keep it within the conversation. Eeps. I'm still a good friend, all right?
Yeah, friend group breaks all the time.
Right.
They're supposed to.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, people change. And then as you change your behavior, your values get different. As you grow up, as you mature, right?
When's the last time you've hashed things out with a friend? Like, let's say you had a certain thing going on, like some beef or whatever, and then you have to hash it out. When was the last time that happened for you?
Oh, man. Like last year, probably.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I'm constantly beefing with people.
Okay. And then how did you hash it out?
Well, I don't like to go hella serious first.
Okay.
I usually joke around a little bit in the beginning.
Okay.
And then just to bring it up, you know, and see what they have to say, right? And then
it's like, hey, remember when you drank from my bottle? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess something like that. You know, hey, remember when you like fucking couldn't take care of yourself?
Yeah.
And then like you were a fucking burden to everyone. Like you're not gonna do that anymore, right?
Okay.
Like lighthearted stuff, right?
More lighthearted than that, right?
Yeah.
Or is that how you worded it?
Oh, that's pretty lighthearted for me.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, like stuff like that. And
okay.
then you see what the response is. Like usually it's very not. It's like nonchalant, you know, like like dumb shit like that. Okay. I'm not saying that was my issue, right? But if it happens again, though, then it's like, you know, I usually just ignore it for the second time, and then if it happens the third time, that's when I go like, "Hey, like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man?" Like,
I was gonna ask that now. It's like, while you're hashing things out, do you get to the point where you start raising your voice because you're so annoyed by something?
Nah, not really.
I wouldn't say raising your voice. Let's not say that.
I get annoyed, but it's just like
let's say like you just start like spitting facts like out of nowhere, and then
I bring the receipts.
Yeah, but at this, but then to the other party, they think of it as a form of berating.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you come through like that?
Not berating, but I think people see it as like antagonistic.
Okay.
Because I do have receipts, right? When I bring it up, when we have to talk, when I have to sit you down, you know, it's just like, hey, like I want you to know I want to know what you meant by A, B, C, and D.
It's like those memes, you know, when like the printed out text messages.
Yeah. Well, not that bad, but like I just want to like maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Right.
Because I always go like, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Can you like clarify why the fuck you did A, B, C, and D?
Right.
And then I think that makes things worse. I think people rather get yelled at than to like sit down to a really calm person going like, hey, why? Like Chris Hansen's. I think that's more nerve wracking for them than two people just screaming at each other.
Oh, why?
Isn't it-
Because it's more cogent or something, or
Yeah, because like the other person's like completely calm. Because
Okay.
I don't like to raise my voice, even
Right.
though I'm hella mad on the inside. Because you can't let them know, man.
I don't like raising my voice either. But
Yeah, 'cause, like, when
I'm not hella mad on it.
Yeah, but like because when you get emotional, you lose
yeah,
automatically. Like,
Exactly,
'cause,
yeah.
when you start raising your voice
Mhm.
and stuff, no. So you just say,
I
like,
agree.
hey, why'd you do that?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But what are some stuff that you would get mad about?
Mm.
Like hypothetically, even though then.
So the reason why I asked you that is because I hashed something out with a friend just last month, right?
Yeah.
So basically, like, long story short, like, this friend was just not communicating with me, right? But I understood because she was finishing up like school, and then she had like family stuff going on. So like, I totally understood.
Yeah.
But my whole thing as to why I was getting in my feelings is because she was still communicating with other friends. Which is
Posting
weird.
on stories and shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I was like, oh, but I've texted you multiple times just
Yeah.
checking in,
Yeah.
and I still didn't get a response
Shit,
back.
yeah.
But the thing is, again, I'm not someone who get hella mad about stuff,
You just
right?
want to know why.
Yeah, exactly. So we sat down, we talked about it, and then again, I never raised my voice. I never
Yeah.
seemed annoyed. I told her like I was annoyed for these things,
Yeah.
and then she kind of like explained herself and everything. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
And then it's all good.
Yeah.
You guys are talking again.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all good.
What if it's some like bullshit ass reason? Like you're just like she's like, well, I just got annoyed by you and I didn't want to talk to you for like a month.
I'll be like, why?
Yeah. She's
Like,
I just
like
I just don't
what-
fucking like you.
Okay.
Right.
If that's the case,
But like, oh, but that's over now. Like, we cool? Would you be cool? Or you just be like, no?
that's hella funny. Okay. In that situation, I'd probably be like, all right, I'm dipping out. I'm out.
Yeah.
That happened like way back then,
Yeah.
where like a certain person was keeping our friendship very contingent for some reason to her own feelings, to where like the last point is like, oh, like, like I'm ready to be friends again. I was just like, nah, fuck that. Yeah. I was like, nah, the bridge is burned.
Yeah.
So I just totally just burned the
Some
bridge.
behaviors are just unexcusable, right? Even though
Right.
you come clean, right? It's like,
My whole thing is like, I get that, either as friends, you either keep a certain boundary or you're not as close as you once were before, which I totally get. But then if you're going to verbally say, hey, I'm cool with being friends now, or this is our limitations, like, I don't like that. I don't like that type of control.
What do you mean? I'm cool with being friends now. Oh, like after like a long period of like
Yeah. Of
being,
not.
yeah. Or like
Yeah.
not doing- okay.
It's like, I'm cool with being friends now, like, no hashing out. Like,
Yeah.
like, it makes it seem that person is in control of the friendship. Like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
like, we could be friends now. We can
Because
be
I
friends.
said so. Because I
Exactly.
worked through it already,
And I
right?
don't like
No,
that.
yeah,
So
that's disrespectful.
at that point, I was just like, nah,
We
this
don't have
bridge,
to be,
yeah, this bridge burn. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Because like in my head, like, I think I have other people that care about me.
Yeah,
and
prioritize you, and you're
Right.
not just like,
So-
all right, it's your turn.
Yeah.
No,
So that's really how it is. So that happened like years ago. So yeah, that bridge is burned. So
Yeah.
shout out to you. Yeah.
No,
What about you?
I get that. No, same way.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if someone does like some behavior that's very, fucked up, right? And then they
Okay.
try to explain themselves much later, like, oh, by the way, I did this, and that's why we didn't talk for 6 months. That's why
Yeah.
we had all this drama going on, right? I'll be like, all right, cool, I acknowledge that. Still not your friend.
Okay.
You know?
What do you do if you hear about a friend that has done something fucked up, but isn't related to anything about you? You just heard like they did something.
Oh, like they cheated or some
Yeah.
bullshit. Okay.
That, or they're just like sleazy, or
Yeah.
they're just an asshat or something.
Yeah.
Do you maintain that friendship, or do you kind of internally judge? Be like,
No, I'm hella judging because, like I said,
Okay.
the things I'm looking for in a friend are character traits, right? Like
Right.
someone I would want to introduce to my family, right?
Right.
Or my kids, no, whatever, right?
future kids. Yeah.
Yeah, like someone I'd be proud to say, hey, man, this dude's fucking solid.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like, you're a fucking sleazeball, right? That's
Right.
Even though it's not related to what you've done to me, I'm always gonna think like, hey, it happened to someone else, it could happen to me.
Okay.
So like now you're like arm's length.
Right,
I'm like constantly not testing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching you,
Yeah.
You're on like that FBI watch list.
yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
If I hear something about someone else,
Yeah, it's just like,
and I know like
Are you not a good moral character anymore? Oh man.
Like-
Yeah.
I either want to make like the most subtle joke about it in front of everyone, where like that person doesn't get it,
Yeah.
or I just look from a distance and just like look at their actions, just be like,
Yeah, just watch it. Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah. No, you
Watch
can't,
yourself.
man. You can't. You can't just turn a blind eye to a friend. Right?
Yeah.
That's very hypocritical. A lot of people do that. They forget.
Yeah.
Like there are certain things that they say are their hard line where they're like, no, like this behavior is unexcusable. But like when it's their friend, they're like, oh no, it's fine.
Like what?
Like what I usually see is people being fat. Right.
Okay.
Like these girls will like roast like oh man, she's like so fat, like she whatever, it doesn't even work out. But it's like when it's one of their homegirls that's even fatter, they turn a blind eye. No, she's just stressed, like she, her job requires to stand like 20.
Again, what if like they just started their journey?
No, it's not even just that. I think like context is it's important, but like you can't just be like my friend is exempt from like whatever rule set. That's for me anyways.
Okay.
Because I feel like everyone is equal under the gaze of God. So like if I have a set of rules that I'm like, all right, you can't do A, B, and C. Like I don't give a fuck if you're my brother, you're my like friend, whatever, right?
Yeah,
like, you shouldn't be able to do that. Yeah.
Got you.
You shouldn't be killing people.
Yeah.
Right. Just like there's no like
cheating.
Yeah, maybe it, but
I see nothing.
I don't see shit. Stevie Wonder here. What cheating?
No.
I wasn't even there.
I don't know what you're talking
about.
I was just eating McDonald's. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah. But okay,
Yeah.
say someone really fucked up in your friendship and they were trying to rekindle things with you. How would you go about it?
I need to hear why.
Oh.
Right. There's seldom a good explanation other than being forced at gunpoint to do stuff like that. Because like there's like like when you go on your computer and then you like I don't know, pay your taxes, right? There's like but there's a bajillion prompts, right?
Yeah.
Before you're able to submit, like, hey, by the way, hey, yo,
Yeah.
sure
Oh yeah.
you're doing it. Yeah.
A lot of yes and
yeah,
no's.
yes and no. Are you sure? I feel like when you make severe decisions like that, there's so many prompts you got to go through before you finally hit that trigger, right?
Yeah.
So like that, when you do something like that, that tells me that you have gone through like 8 layers of like, hey, maybe this is fucked up. Hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, right? So if you still went through with it, it's not like, oops, I didn't know. I didn't know it was fucked up, right? That's not excusable.
Yeah.
So like I'll hear you out, but most of the time when like the severity is up there, nah, dude.
Yeah. Is it one of those like I hear your apology, but I can't accept it?
Yeah, I understand. I now understand why you did that. But it's fucked up.
Are you more relentless about that? I'm very forgiving as a person, but at the same time, I haven't been in a lot of situations where
it's like very grave.
There's some weird tension or anything. Maybe back then, sure, but as of right now, not really.
So
if any friend wants to beef with me for like a couple months, bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
There's like a thing in philosophy where they call it like the razors of decision making on the like Occam's razor, like stuff like that.
No.
Okay. So there's one called Hanon's razor, right? And it's like never ascribe to malice what is adequately explained by incompetence. Right?
Oh, okay.
So like I think that rings very true because a lot of people see like actions as like, oh, she's purposely like targeting me, right?
Right.
Or like this person's actions is directly trying to fuck with me, right? But sometimes it's just people are just dumb or they're incompetent, right? Like they're not even thinking about you when they do stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
they're just doing it.
Yeah, so like when you view it that way, like instead of like, oh, she's trying to get at me or she's just useless as a person, right?
Okay.
So that already filters out like most of the scenario in my head. So I already went through that process in my head where I'm like, is this because she is trying to be malicious or I keep saying he's trying to be malicious or is this because this person's just incompetent or stupid?
Yeah.
Right? So once they
where like they're just thinking about themselves,
exactly, or they're not even thinking, they're just acting like a fucking monkey, right? They, like once they pass that test, then I judge their actions a little bit more.
Okay.
I always make it feel like, are they really just being an asshole or are they just like just dumb? Most of the time it's just because they're not thinking. Okay. They're just like very, I do whatever, right? Because people are self-centered, right?
Right.
But the thing is like, if I know that it's malicious because there's elements of manipulation and lying,
That affects you.
That affects me, or
Okay.
whatever. Right? I know they have a history of being like a liar.
Okay.
A pathological liar, trying
Yeah.
to manipulate people, and then they still try to like bullshit me during the explanation. That's doubled insulting because I'm like, now you not only fucked with me, now you think I'm dumb.
Yeah.
So that's like disrespectful.
Now you're trying to
on
ruse
top.
me.
Yeah, like gaslight me into thinking, no, like, I didn't know it was not okay to do this,
Oh.
That's
Okay.
not cool, man.
Right.
Like, just,
Okay.
it's one thing being fucked up as a friend. The other one is just like undermining people's intelligence.
Right.
Like they're a child.
And try to be like, no, dude, like this is what I
Yeah,
meant."
dude, like, yeah, no, it's not even like that.
When it was like
But
that.
yeah, it's hell like that.
What do you
It's
do?
like that.
Do you double down and be like, nah, it was actually like that?
No,
or
there's no point arguing with a liar.
Okay.
They're never gonna admit fault. They're
Mm.
always gonna like move the goalposts and shit. And just like, all right, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Move on. Do you?
Yeah, do you, man?
Is the bridge burned
Or
or
hell yeah, it's burned. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
really?
burned, dude. Like you
for
can't-
life?
Most of the time, because how would you reconnect anyways?
Rebuild the bridge?
Yeah, how often have you rebuilt that bridge? Let's be real.
I barely
Well, after-
burn bridges.
Well, what about that dude who wrote you a fucking poem and shit? You're not gonna rebuild that bridge, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So when it's severe like that, like the bridge stays burnt.
That's different, man.
No, it's not. Like
He was in love with me.
Okay, but I'm talking about that level of severity where
Okay.
lying, right? Like told people that you were not your sexuality, right? And
No,
stuff
he
like
didn't do that.
that. No, who did that?
No, that was our other friend.
Oh, you're
Yeah, that was our other friend. Yeah.
All right, but there's an element of manipulation in there, right? Because she knew you weren't interested, and he
Yeah.
still went through that, hoping you'd be like,
Yeah.
pity,
Right, yeah.
anal him or something, right? So,
It's like, all right.
I guess it's Christmas, But yeah, like
It's like, just promise me you say no homo the whole time.
the balls don't touch, it's fine.
Just the whole time. No homo, no homo, no homo. Or no diddy, no diddy, no diddy. It's so bad.
Man.
No, that bridge is burned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when it's that severe. So
Okay.
what let me ask you this. What's your top? Give me like 3 things where if you found out in a friend, you'd be like, nah, we're done.
We're done?
We're done. We're done.
Oh.
No second question, no explanation. You're done.
Okay. That's tough.
Like,
let me
that's
set
absolute line. Like you don't cross this.
because it has to affect me.
Yeah. I know one
Right.
funny one that I heard was like if a friend started like trying to date your sister,
Uh-huh.
and then they're like, no, you're not a friend anymore.
Really?
That's fucking weird.
I think that's
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Any of my friends can date my brother.
Please.
Yeah, please. Rizzo. What can someone do to me that it's just the most absolute no?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Serious.
I think it's when this happened to me years ago, but obviously we hash things out. It's when they inadvertently talk shit about me
Yeah.
on either they do it in a weird like sly like message way or through Twitter.
Oh,
right?
where they put some passive aggressive
Yeah.
bullshit, like kind of like if someone did an IG story about
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they continue to gaslight me thinking that I'm
not about
one
you.
way.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, dude, like I'm just for me, I was just trying to be very reasonable, like, bro, like it's not like that, but
Yeah.
they keep thinking one way.
Yeah.
That's where it'll really set me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I almost beat this guy up.
Damn.
So we're cool now.
Yeah.
We're cool now.
Then it's not that severe if you mend the fucking relationship.
Because the thing is, the way that I thought about it is like, I guess I could talk about it. Basically, like, this guy and my ex were just like mortal enemies,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then because I was with my ex, he thought like, oh man, like you're just being whipped, bro. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. You ain't one of the bros. It was just like one of those situations.
Oh.
But obviously, years happen. Like he obviously doesn't act like a dick anymore, and I'm not with my ex anymore. So things kind of like hashed out in a way where it's like, oh, are things cool now? And we kind of talked about it. We talked about it kind of drunk too.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
bro.
it's out. Yeah, the handy help,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
That's one way to build a
Yeah.
bridge.
So
Fucking hell,
so basically,
Yeah.
that's just how it happened. So like my perception of this guy is like, all right, like there's like the friendship is cool, but at the time like he was like tweeting some stuff that was like really setting me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the point where our other friend asked me like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this Tahoe trip. Like, how do you feel being around this person?"
Yeah.
And all I said was, "Hey, I'm cool being around this person, but if he says one off thing about me, like I'm throwing hands
On site. It's
Yeah,
on site.
exactly. So that's all I said.
Did you go on that trip?
No, he canceled the trip. I'm pretty sure it's not because of me. I think I don't know
just,
circumstances.
Okay. All right.
That's all I just said. That's all I said.
Okay.
So I'll say that's one. What about you? What's one that is an absolute, like, man?
Absolute no go.
Yeah.
Probably like lying.
Okay.
Like
about
not white
not
lies.
like
and
white
shit.
lies.
Yeah, but like actual like being recognized as a repeated pathological liar.
Liar.
Right?
Okay.
Where you're just like nothing comes out of your mouth is fucking true. Right. And the worst part is like
In what way? Like, oh, I can't
let me
make
give an
it
example.
because
No. Let me give an example where they always try to deflect blame by blaming other people, right? So like there, like people that can't take accountability for their own actions.
Oh,
so
okay.
they would try to tell you something, but
Yeah,
they would
yeah.
be like, hey, like this person said that.
Yeah.
Like for you, right? Like I'm just gonna make some dumb examples. Like,
Yeah.
hey man, did like Charles said like you're getting too big, man. Like you're not fitting your clothes anymore.
Okay.
But when in reality, like I'm the one trying to say it, right?
Yeah.
So they speak indirectly through other people and they lie about it. But the other person's like, I never said that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's the worst. And it happened multiple times with this person where she's just like,
Oh.
hey, like, oh, this person said that, they're not cool with you anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're so mean to me or
Yeah.
whatever, right? And I'm like, that's hella out of character.
Also, that's a very traditional Asian thing. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
relate to
Right?
that.
Yeah.
Because my parents do that all the
Yeah?
time. Like, dude,
Oh, your aunt said this
Yeah,
about you?
yeah. And I go to my auntie because for me, I don't care. I'll go to
Yeah.
my like, did you say this? She goes, no.
But
I'm like, who's telling the truth?
yeah. But it's so easy to recognize because, like I said, like
Yeah.
I only befriend people who I think are solid, and if
Okay.
it's completely out of character, I was like, man, my guy wouldn't say shit like that.
Right,
like, come
right.
on, dude. Like,
Okay.
how dumb do you think I am?
Right.
And it happens just repeatedly, just like all this unnecessary
Okay.
bullshit. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, why the fuck are you here?
Okay, so that's one. I guess
Just
like
lying, dude.
this is not a personal thing, but I still don't like insecure boyfriends. Yeah, especially if it is actually directed towards me.
Oh, like he thinks you're sleeping with his girl and stuff.
No,
shit? Yeah.
like if it's just like I just can't be around.
Oh,
Yeah, so that just annoys the shit out of me.
because you look like a fuckboy.
No, but I don't act like one. I could look like one, but like I don't have to.
What if he doesn't know you like that?
Yeah,
He
well, I'm always someone personable. So
Okay.
if I meet the dude, I'm like hella nice.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna like act.
Has it
boy.
ever happened to you where you've never met the guy in person, and then once you did, he's like, oh, you know what? You're not that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually happened a couple of years ago. It was freaking weird, but I think it was also the girl's problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you think before that was not justifiable because he doesn't know you. He sees you
Yeah,
online.
it was
or
one
whatever,
of these.
Right? Yeah.
It was more of a like, hey, like, did you know that my boyfriend doesn't like you? I'm like, what? Like, it was weird. It was like randomly in like conversation. You know, my boyfriend doesn't. I'm like, why? It's like, yeah, because you skate and you work out and you like my posts. And I'm like,
It's like,
okay, like, what does that have to do with anything? So I think she was part of the problem. Like, so I think it was like
maybe she
something.
didn't like you.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Yeah. But in that actual sense of like,
But you don't care, right?
not really.
Why was it on your top 2 then? If it's
wait, I don't care about what.
Like what you because you never really care about people's perception of you. You could
Yeah.
could care less if someone's boyfriend don't like you and you still want to.
My whole thing about an insecure boyfriend is that they're assuming I'm acting a certain way, like flirting.
Yeah.
When it's not the case for me, so it's a
Right.
bad interpretation of me.
Right.
Because I'm not trying
I
to.
thought you wouldn't care about that kind of shit because you don't know the person. You're always like turn the other cheek.
Not like the boyfriend, but if it's like a friend already, and they're just acting some type of way with me. If it's a stranger, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think,
that's what I'm trying
I
to
think
say.
it's funny.
So the boyfriend has to be your friend. as
Yeah.
well. Or some kind of mutual.
Yeah.
Some kind of link.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like to be like, if you're already in my circle, you're a friend,
you
and I
know
meet
you- yeah.
another party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to be friends with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
If it's some random,
Yeah, I was like, you care for
if
some
it's
random?
a random insecure boyfriend, I laugh at that.
Yeah.
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 But if it's like something that's like actually personal to me, then I get super annoyed.
Okay.
I'm like, dog, no. Like, not everyone's trying to fuck your girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's really it.
Everyone's Johnny Sins.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's number 2. What about you? What's your number 2
Mm-hmm.
If it's just lying.
Lying, I think lying covers most. But like, oh man, situation.
It's hard to see man. What's an absolute no for me in terms of like a friendship or something.
I wouldn't say like cheating, because that's really, again, like, I'm not trying to sound all edgy. It's none of my fucking business if like, like I'll not respect the guy as much anymore. Mm-hmm. But it's not like it's a hard no, because I'm not. Yeah. It's not something I have to deal with.
Right.
Like, that's for him to hash out with God and his girl or whatever he believes in. Right. But I wouldn't be like, oh, you cheated on your girl, we're not friends anymore, because it doesn't affect me as much. And unless he's dating my sister or something, I don't really give a shit, right? I know that's a lot of people's hard no, but I would say the second one.
I think in just a broad form, if you're just an absolute dipshit, then like I can't really.
Like, just like a fucking like negative Nancy all the fucking time.
Yeah,
it's not a hard no, but like with enough like chipping away at my sanity, like just get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to hear your shit anymore.
Like you do negative Nancy's for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's just annoying to be around. Like, you just make it unpleasant for people to be around you.
Have you ever been around a negative Nancy where you try to help this person out?
Oh yeah.
And then they're just not receiving it.
They don't give a fuck about what you have to say. They're just like, they're all victimed up in their mind.
That's where I felt like they took my friendship for granted. Yeah. So like I had to end a friendship like that a couple of years ago too. I'm just like, dude, like I'm trying to look out for you, but you're not receiving it this way. You're just being weirdly emo.
Yeah. Like, about it. Hella sad, because they feed off the attention of people asking, are you okay? Like, stuff like that, right? But it's just like, for you, like, you're actually like, hey,
I was doing something.
I got the sauce. I know how to get you out of here, right? And they're like, no, like, no.
It's like, no, like,
I know a guy like that who was like, my old roommate. He's like hella fat, and then he's like one of those weebs who collect like the big titty namis and anime portraits. Like, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I have some of those myself, but like, I'm like, hey, maybe you should start taking care of yourself a little bit more. Right. Not saying you have to look smacks and like change your wardrobe and shit, but maybe start like, walking a little bit, right? So you're not a fat fucking slob, right? Okay. And he goes, no, it's not. I can't do that. I can't lose weight. It's not in my genetics. And I was like, dog. Like,
I don't think you know how that works.
Yeah, but like after a couple of times, you just get tired of people who don't want to be helped. Yeah. Right? It's there
to the point where you're just like, you know what? Like, if you don't see value in my friendship, then
it's just like, you know what, like if you want to be like all sad and shit all the time, and then every time there's a get together and everyone just constantly like, oh, is he okay? Like, we should like,
I don't have a friend like that.
We should take away from our like trying to make memories, or like just people having a good fucking time, right? And just like take care of this motherfucker, right? And it's just like, why the fuck are you out here, man? Just go sulk at home, dude. Like go do your own shit. But if they are really troubled, then I don't really. If they are legit sad, and they're going through some shit and they don't have a support, right? Then I would try to help. But that's a new thing for me. I don't usually do that. Usually I'm just like, hey, bro, lock in. You gotta thug that shit out. But like, I'm trying to
be a little more sensible,
be a little bit more helpful, because I'm like, well, believe it or not, at work I'm trying to help people. Yeah, that normally I wouldn't. Right, like if they were my friend, I probably wouldn't help them, because I'm like, oh, you're a fucking lost cause.
What if that friend paid you?
Yeah, exactly. But since they're paying me money, I'm like helping them, right? So now my mindset is like, well, if I could help strangers to this level, right, just because they paid me, maybe I should be helping some of my friends. Right. Not specific to diet, but like just
morale.
Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna be their therapist, like, and talk them through their childhood traumas and shit, right? But at least I'll be like, hey, bro, you good? Or like, hey, you want to come out to arena with us? Yeah. Holler some shawties or something.
Like, right? at least you're there to be present.
Yeah, so drag people out of their houses, like, so they're not like,
come to EDC.
I think that makes things worse, actually, in hindsight, because when if you're depressed and then you roll, oh my god, dude! Like,
you don't have to roll at EDC.
I feel like most people who come to those things feeling a certain way, they want to escape even further. Yeah. So they're usually the ones who get the most trash. Like, they're just on and it's just lost in the sauce. It's just annoying at that point. How do you feel about that though? Like, people who just go out and then they can't take care of themselves. They're just trashed all the time. They're known for the person that's like throwing up on the ground, like.
Again, I don't know any friends like that, but then for my friends, we have this term called Slosh man. So basically, like getting Slosh is like getting hella turned, right?
Yeah.
And then we come to terms that Slosh man isn't a person; it's a state of mind. So everyone can be their own Slosh man. So me blacked out, it's like my Slosh man, right?
Okay.
So like there's not a single person that's always like messy, but whenever someone does get like extra turn, like we all know how to take care of that person.
Okay.
Yeah, there's never been like a complete like
collapse.
Yeah, collapse, like dipshit over a drunkie that we're just like, fuck, dude, like we gotta carry this fool around. Usually, like it's like a few of us. It's not all of us, and there's not one single person that's like, man, dude, you're like the sloppiest drunk. I don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I can't really.
So they can still take care of themselves somewhat, right?
Yeah. It's more of just like either being blacked out or like throwing up excessively or getting lost. So it's just like that. So I can't really like relate.
Okay.
That. What about you?
That's like hella sloppy. I only know one person that's sloppy, but I don't have to take care of him. So
even my first time seeing some friends like roll.
Yeah.
Right. We're all doing fine.
Usually when you roll without alcohol, they're pretty okay.
Yeah.
They're just very like, I need a group hug.
Yeah. What confused me though is like when they like sit down
and then they can't get up.
Yeah. They're like, dude, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up. And then I go, are you okay?
Yeah.
You need water? He goes, I'm good. And they're just like this the whole time.
They like the feeling of the ground on their ass.
Yeah,
so,
I was like,
they're just kind of.
I'm like, are they're
blending in with their surroundings.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm like on some like Avatar shit when they connected their little ponytail penis thing.
But in terms of, I guess, but in terms of someone really being super sloppy, I don't know anyone in
I only know.
circle.
I mean, like we're at that age where most people could handle their alcohol.
Yeah.
Right. But like there are people that's been sheltered and they never got exposed to. I guess being a degenerate, and they're starting in their 30s. Then they get hella sloppy.
Are you like a one strike? Like, all right, they're super extremely sloppy.
Everything's 3.
Everything's 3.
You get 3 strikes. I think 3 is fair, man. Like if you have a behavior that's one time, like and then someone usually talks to you about it.
Yeah.
Or they ignore it, right? The second time someone's gonna speak up, right?
Right.
And then if you ignore that and you have it happen the third time, then hey man, you got some problems.
Yeah. I think to end this is like basically just be surrounded by like the right friends or something.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how this whole episode's, right? They have boundaries, so you surround yourself with the right people, right? That you want to be around. So you never want to be at the point where you hang out with a person or you're about to and you're like dreading it. You're like, oh man, I gotta be here with this motherfucker again. Like this.
If you gotta dread hanging out with someone, just it's not worth it.
Just cut it off, man. There's like 7 billion people on this fucking earth.
We're grown now. Just
dude. Time is precious.
There's friends that you already have that value your friendship. So
would you try to rekindle stuff like a romance? You know how like old ass couples, they try to do some not freaking. They try to like rekindle. Hey, have you ever tried that with a friend where you're like, oh, I'm gonna try to like not. Damn, how do I make this sound not gay? Not spice it up, but like try to reintroduce some excitement into your friendship.
No,
me neither, man. Really. I know girls try to do that. They go, oh, let's go girls' night, and then do that. I'm like, I don't know, dude. For dudes, it's kind of gay.
Nah,
where you're like,
I'm cool with girls' night because I'm for some reason there. So
no, but like girls do that because they're like, oh, like I want to like kind of spice things up a little bit.
Like what?
Like with their friendship, where like they're like, oh, let's go like line dancing instead.
Oh,
or something. Yeah. But like for dudes, I feel like we don't do that. We're like, let's go drink.
I feel like my friends are pretty normal. We don't go. Yeah, like let's drink. Let's just hang out. Yeah. This is the one thing though. Like when you pull out the board games, it's usually a no for me.
Yeah, no, hell no. The Settlers of Catan.
But dude, fuck that game.
Yeah, I'm out.
Fuck Settlers of Catan. Dude, that's the absolute worst game out of all of them. Yeah. That one and games that are just like Mafia.
Risk is pretty bad. You played Risk?
Nah.
It's like that. It's the ultimate test of friendship.
Nah.
It's like the army game where you're supposed to make alliances with people, and it's kind of like Mafia, like hidden alliances.
I hate Mafia games.
Mafia.
Any Mafia games?
Monopoly's pretty bad because it takes fucking hours.
Oh, dude, I'm a beast at Monopoly though.
I like the card one.
Y'all trying to get murked?
The quick one with the cards. That one's cool. What's it called?
Like Joking Hazards or something?
No, it's called Monopoly, but it's a card version of it. That one's hella fast. But the actual like boardwalk shit, nah, I'm out. Once someone pulls out the board game and it's like 1 a.m., it's time for me to go home.
Yeah.
That's my signal.
Unless
all right,
it's cool or
I'm out.
Involves drinking in some way.
Unless you order pizza again, then I might stay there a little bit longer. But
that is true.
But at 1 a.m.,
you can keep me around with pizza.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you stayed this far, this is a pretty lengthy episode for our normal duration. But if you did, thank y'all. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us. Tell people about us. We're still growing. We're still out here. Still consistent with an episode every single Wednesday. Still making content. Yeah. Do you have anything?
Damn, they're vacuuming late, but we're out.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, man. Till next episode.